Got it. And done right there. All righty, y'all. Peace and greetings to you all. Namaste, namaste, namaste. Islam, Islam, Islam. I am Brother Hassan Ghazi Obey. Here in Morocco at Northwest of Maxim. How are you? Guys, welcome to our 7-day tropic medical astro weather report for the 14th through the 20th September 2023. And I am here with our magnificent and beloved brother in whom we are well pleased. And he is...
Peace, Islam. Brother Shanalim Ale, and you already know that. All is well, and bro, what was that other appellation?
Braveheart.
Whoa.
Braveheart. Indeed. Always fun. Guys, we're going to jump right into this. We're not going to waste any time with this one, right? I'm going to bring up the calendar, actually. However, guys, remember, and don't forget, this Saturday is our astrology concept correction discussion, right? Make sure you guys come and be a part of that. It's 30 units via CashApp for non-members, 15 via CashApp for non-members, yet you have a student card. And if you are a member of TUPAC, you know the discussion for you is free. You want to become a part of TUPAC, which is the Universally Professional Astrology Community. It is 250 units via the CashApp for all astrology discussions that are happening outside of workshops, right? So this will be the last one this Saturday on the 16th September until the 21st of October, because for the 4 Saturdays after the 16th, which is the 23rd, the 30th, the 7th, and the 14th, the 23rd and the 30th of September, the 7th and the 14th of October, we are doing a self-healing and community building workshop, all right? Want you guys to come and be a part of that. Also, it's $75 per Saturday. So that is a total of 300 units via the Cash App. However, we're allowing you guys to do $75 per Saturday. All right, to come and be a part of it and enjoy yourselves. All right. I guess we're just sitting here like, oh, let's just, I don't know, Brother Sean, should we stop, letting people or within ourselves be like, well, these people don't really know the truth and it's taking them time to get it. Should we do that? Or should we do what, like, we see these Albion sons and daughters, they throw some type of like healing retreat. It's like 10 racks, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and then everybody show up. But when it comes to Moors and trying to get our people together, they don't, they don't see it's worthy. But it's like, hey, we having an ass shaking wet t-shirt contest. Everybody gonna be there. Then it comes to, hey guys, let's actually build and heal ourselves and do this community work that we expect everybody else to do. It's crickets. But yeah, man, we should throw 10 racks. Maybe folks are respecting more. It's like, 10 racks. Like, I know, like, my readings go up tonight. I might even take it up another 32%. Like, it was 32% off. It's going back to regular and up 32. Because, we ought to be charging $1,000 a session, It's like, well, since it's so much, it's got to be, Yeah, that's kind of where I'm about it.
Yeah, because at first, we did what we did because in our community, and the little bit of it that it is, outside of our immediate, brotherhood and our immediate loved ones, to be very honest with you, the Moorish community is worse than niggas at times. I'm just going to say it. I don't know why we just don't be forthcoming and just say it. So at the end of the day, it's like, you'll have people out there like, oh, these beings aren't correct or they're dirty because they're asking for X, Y, and Z amount of finance. And so we've done more than enough to prove ourselves as far as we're here really for the people. However, the people don't really want it. I'm not going to keep throwing a life raft to someone who's enjoying having their feet, ankles, and lower legs devoured by sharks. It's fine. You know what I'm saying? That's fine. Seven Hill Star, I know, can and is thoroughly appreciated by communities outside of our Moorish community, when really the Moorish community is the entire planet. But, we're speaking to those beings that are still solving sums. And it's all good, guys. You know what I mean? No love lost. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you know, once it's gone, don't be like, oh man, we all man, oh man. It's all good.
Where was you at the last 2 years? Where's you the last 2 sun cycles? We was giving you a deal. Where was you at then? Oh, now you see a stamp by somebody, or you see the prices went up. Now you want to respect it. Oh, too bad, too sad.
Exactly. It is what it is. And I know I got some reports to get out too now that I got a fresh install of an operating system. So it's like, okay, at that renewal, I guess it's just in time for Rosh Hashanah, right? As they say, which we'll speak on briefly while we go over this. So Brother Sean's going to kick us off this cycle, right, for the 14th to the 20th. Brother Sean has Thursday, the 14th, September 2023. But those 3 testimonies there, and that's the day pertaining to the new moon, right? New moon in the Virgo. They're happening at approximately 2100 hours and 40 minutes. All right. For a holy day on the 15th, right? It is I, Brother Hassan Ghazi Obey, with those 3 testimonies and a lunar ingress. So technically 4 testimonies total pertaining to the lunar ingress into Libra after a 3-hour and 55-minute void course moon. All righty, moon will ingress Libra, right? And then there's Rosh Hashanah, right? On the 16th, Brother Sean's going to go in on those 2 testimonies there pertaining to the 16th September 2023. And Rosh Hashanah, you know, just roughly translates to the head of the year, right? And I know some people probably think, well, what do you mean the head of the year? You know, well, you know, those that speak Hebrew and falsely call themselves Jewish, respectfully, not being mean to you guys. You know, when I know the truth about something, I don't keep just saying stuff to go along and get along. So the Ashkenazim, right? The Khazarians, they're celebrating what's called the head of the year for us. And we went in on this before. I am Brother Sean and Brother Corey, and I think Brother Jag was there too for Veritas, when we went over the Veritas series. All righty. And, you know, this is basically the beginning of Tishri, right? And what marks it being Tishri, right? Remember, you know, when the sun is around the Aries constellation, it's Nisan. And when it's around the Libra constellation, it's Tishri. But still pretty much kind of around Virgo constellation, actually. However, what we're looking at is this is the 7th new moon that's taken place since the new moon right after the vernal equinox pertaining to the northern hemisphere. Because remember, it's the end of the summer here in the northern hemisphere, which means it's the end of the winter in the southern hemisphere. So probably when the first portion of the moon, just a slight sliver of crescent can be seen pertaining to the moon, boom, there you go. The start of the 7th lunar month, right? Since vernal equinox, but since it's getting close to the autumnal equinox, right? Very, very close. However, that's just what I'm sticking with, because I'm sticking to the astronomy and the astrology to be able to comprehend it and explain it how I'm explaining it. So Rosh Hashanah is a means for the sun to be where it is, right? Technically still transiting sidereal Virgo, if I'm not mistaken. Still technically, well, let me think about this one. Technically, it would still be sidereal Leo, bro. Honestly, because we're here at Virgo. No. It's just entered Virgo. Because when we go in on the 14th for this sunrise, I think the sun's at about 21 degrees. So yeah, it's at the end of Leo. It is kind of at the end of Leo. End of the constellation Leo, or sidereal Leo, let's just say it like that, which is still kind of not actually lined with the constellations either for those of us that are actual students of astrology and astronomy. However, with that being said, this is how I'm explaining it, what Rosh Hashanah is, since the sun is where it is. Now you can see the stars at night that deal with the constellation pertaining to the head, and that's Aries. Rosh or Resh in the Ibri is a calligraphic that denotes head. Resh denotes head. So Resh ha is the, and Shana would be year. So head the year, right? Or head pertaining to or head of the year, Rosh Hashanah, where they're blowing the shofar, which is, ram's horn, right? Right? So blowing the shofar, doing their tishlik and teshuva, right? Washing away the sins of the previous year and the rolling, moving waters and all that. Look up Rosh Hashanah. You guys will see. And then go back and look at our Veritas series when we're really speaking on how every single so-called religion is astro-masonic, period. It's all astro-masonry. So you want to check out that Veritas series if you haven't. And when you check out something that we've done once, 9 times out of 10, if you're like me, you kind of look at it at different times throughout the year. You'll pick up different things. You're like, I didn't think about that last time. I didn't catch that. That's because something new happens every time. So Brother Sean's going in on Rosh Hashanah on the 16th. On the 17th, it is I, Brother Hassan Ghazi Obey, for those 2 testimonies there. Then the moon's void, of course, again for about 3 hours and 52 minutes. And then Brother Sean will go in on its ingress into Scorpio 58 minutes after 0000 hours or midnight, right? 58 minutes after midnight. And then he'll give those 2 testimonies after that lunar ingress into Scorpio. Then the 19th, it is I, Brother Hassan Ghazi Obey, again with 4 testimonies while Luna is still continuing its transit in Scorpio. And then closing us out is Brother Sean Lemel for the 20th, right? He's giving us 5 testimonies, and one of them which is dealing with the moon ingressing Sagittarius after egressing Scorpio. And it's a moon void, of course, of 3 hours and 45 minutes. Guys, remember, it's a 3 hour, 55-minute void, of course, on the 15th. 3 hour, 52-minute void, of course, on Sunday until, Sunday up into just 58 minutes into Monday. And then the 3 hour and 45-minute void, of course, moon next Wednesday. All right. You guys already know moon void, of course, is buyer's remorse. So do ye best to not. Do ye best to not. All right. To not transact for anything during those times, right? Do your transactions before and or after the moon void, of course. All right. So let's stop the screen share there. Let's do the screen share over here. Share. All right. Take these headphones out. I said the man. All right. All righty. Peace and greetings to y'all in the chat. Our beloved mother, in whom are well pleased, Mother Sahar. Hey, Mother Sahar L. She says, peace and greetings, Brother Hassan and Brother Sean. Brother Derek Blashbay says, Islam, everyone. Mother Sahar says, she's laughing and says, so true. And she also says, greetings to Brother Derek Blashbay. He says, greetings to Mother Sahar. And Mother Janelle Blash L says, Islam, beloved mother. All righty. So we are here, right? Okay, so this is the part where I grabbeth the remoteth and giveth it to my brothereth, right? Well, hold on, let me drag this thing onto the bottom, right? And let that thing do its thing. All righty, broski doski. It is on you, and I yield the floor, bro. It's fine.
Indeed. All right. We're at sunrise, sun conjunct the ascendant for September 14th, 2023. Kusei Kwa. All right. Sun's at 21 degrees, 23 minutes. Pardon me. Virgo, which it's definitely close to the nebula. So the nebula should be rising. So when one, goes and does research on that, endeavor is rising, good fortune attended by dangers and anxieties because of folly. So just don't be a folly-hollian, right? I guess I'm gonna make that a word. Yeah, be open to things, but also know how to manage those things. And Sun is ruling over that 12th house cusp, which Mercury is ruling that 12 houses away. So, doing some breath work, and that cusp is at 24 degrees. So, yielding to love, yielding to things that open one's heart rather than, being focused on things that makes one close their heart. And with that, I yield the floor. All right, so let's see. Is this before? Nope, this is after sunrise. We have a lunar Jupiterian trine, right? Lunar 15 degrees, 25 minutes Virgo, and that's definitely in that 11th. Just a barely, right? Jupiter 15, 25 Taurus, and the 8th. All right, so 15 degrees Virgo is the exaltation of Mercury. Right, Jupiter's at 15 degrees retrograde. I think that's growth in music. So maybe beings are going to be this day, going back, looking or revisiting some old music that they had a joy or pleasure of listening to, or maybe some, I don't know why, like some 30-year anniversary of some album or something might, come to life for the people to listen to. And with Mercury and Lilith there in the 8th house as well, there's just going to be some active communication. Uranus right there with Jupiter as well. So yeah, some active transformative communication that will be occurring here. So really just reflecting on the emotional growth. So maybe someone this day is made known of, triggers of some sort, or maybe we're missing something internally that they were thinking of something externally. So now they're able to grasp those concepts, be harmonious with how they feel things out, and how they, onto their own philosophy. So, just continue to keep improving, guys. And with that, I yield the floor. Next up, we have the new moon. All right, occurring at 2140. All right, and this is definitely in the 5th house, right, for the East Coast. All right, so 2159. So make sure y'all go check out Intuition Monday. If y'all want more in-depth, or, see what we spoke on for, for all of Earth, to get that, right? So 21 degrees Virgo. Oh, right. And what's conjunct to nebula. So this is just doing things foreign. So maybe someone is going to be open to working with others, or maybe someone, gets assistance from a foreigner of something, to be more efficient in how they give service, or just something comes in to where they'll feel more useful in the things that they do. All right. So Venus, being the chart ruler, for this chart, Venus is in the 4th house at 14 degrees Leo. So just some valuables, maybe some inheritance is coming in, or a beauty of some sort. Or maybe someone's just gonna clean house and maybe find something very treasurable and valuable. Or maybe someone's gonna find something that their granddad left behind. I don't know why that's coming to mind, but finding hidden treasures that are priceless. That's something that money can't buy. And with that, I yield the floor. All right, and then for the last aspect, we have a lunar Uranian trine. All right, so Luna's got some accidental dignity in the 4th house. All right, and Uranus is definitely in that 12. All right, so yeah, this is just some creative transformation, right? For those that did their new moon planning, this is opportunity to really lay out any ideas or goals for this lunar month that one would like to see for themselves. Let's see, Luna's got a +3, so definitely good there, right? Venus rolling over Uranus, Mercury ruling over Moon. All right, so that's in the 3rd and the 4th. So yeah, some things may be coming up in the local community, or maybe at home. Just the opportunity maybe to take some ideas that one had at home and introduce that to their community, or maybe to their neighbors, or maybe someone's going to work on something with their siblings, right? various different matters. But when it comes to the spirituality, maybe someone is going to have a breakthrough, or, you know, see something that they didn't see before, or maybe it was just their own mindset that was, you know, really limited in them to see the value of practicing breath work or being open to seeing things that are hidden. So, guys, use this harmonious energy to improve rather than, you know, loop yourself back or stay stagnant. And with that, I yield the floor.
Right, guys, for the 15th September 2023, that's Holy Day, right? Iloa Ana Il. Moon and Sun are both rocking that Virgo energy. However, during the sunrise, it's at 22 degrees, 21 minutes. All righty, for the Virgo, right? 22 degrees, military degree, said to rule appendicitis and hairdressers. Looky, Astro Cookie. And the Sun deals with hair, right? The Sun rules Leo, which deals with the mane, which is there, and the 12th house cusp is what's hosting. What's actually hosting Leo, basically, or Leo's hosting the 12th house cusp, so to speak, right? The 12th house cusp is hosting Leo. However, guys, with us looking at this here, we can really allow ourselves to have some closure, right? Maybe you've been making some decisions about what you wanted to do with your hair, right? So what's interesting is once the moon enters Libra, that's the best time to, if you're thinking about cutting your hair and you want your hair to grow back, I'm not about, cutting hair. However, if it's for health reasons, the best time to cut your hair to promote growth is when the moon finally enters Libra, all right? It's usually good overall, right? So with that being said, what we can actually do is kind of focus on how ones are going to actually structure their mane, right? Their hair, right? So with that being said, make sure you are very thorough in getting rid of or killing that which is unhealthy for your hair. Maybe you're someone who is like, you know what, I'm going to go all natural and cut this perm out. For the mothers out there that may still be using chemicals, I would wait for about 8 or 9 hours or so. Wait till that moon is definitely in Libra, right? And then you can cut your hair to promote growth by the moon being in Libra. For the brothers too, if there's something that you would like to do and have your hair grow back evenly, wait for that moon to ingress Libra. However, for this sunrise, guys, let's make sure that when we are rising and shining, we are really just allowing our, allowing the activities pertaining to our subconscious mind to be, very strong and be health focused, right? And with that, I yield the floor. Now, just before this sunrise, about 22 minutes prior, 22 minutes, about 22 minutes prior to this sunrise, Luna is going to be reflecting Neptune, right? So there's the lunar Neptunian reflection, or what some will say moon opposition Neptune, right? Luna's there in the first house, and of course, Neptune's there in the seventh. So when it comes to the institution of relationships, guys, make sure that you're really not being blindsided by, the things that you actually feel. As far as expressing them aggressively, make sure that what you need to communicate is expressed in a healthy fashion for the betterment pertaining to the idea, institution, and the spiritual connection within your relationships. And with that, I yield the floor. After that, good 3 hours and 19 minutes after that, Luna's trying Pluto, right? So there's some transformations that are taking place here when it comes to Pluto there in the third, right? Little communicaciones, I guess, need to be expounded upon, especially when making some sudden changes in how there's going to be some expansion to the family, or expansion to relatives. So when it comes to relatives and sudden changes pertaining to those relatives, a lot of things are being internalized here. With Jupiter ruling from the seventh over the third house, and with Mercury in the 11th, ruling the 11th, which is having dispositorship over the moon. really can expand the communications with relatives by making sure that what's being communicated is no longer foreign. It's just give full disclosure, be open-minded, have an open heart, because you're going to learn something. All righty. With that being said, allow you and your loved ones to be able to relate by putting, being in each other's shoes. It's nothing wrong with being in one another's shoes here. All righty. You will not be disappointed. So it's not that your emotions aren't valid. It's just that what's best here is to really say what you can say plainly, quickly, openly, with the least amount of emotion as possible. And with that, I yield the floor. So after about 3 hours and 55 minutes, right? Because Moon goes void of course after that one there, after being trying Pluto. So that means make no major transactions between 9:49 anti-meridian Eastern. Adjust your time zones accordingly until about 13:44 Eastern. So from 9:49 a.m. to 1:44 p.m., make no major transactions, right? Luna ingresses Libra there, right? So this is what I'm saying. This is where you guys can begin to move forward and cutting your hair to promote growth if that's the decision. All right, so Luna's ingressing Libra within the 9th house there, guys. So this is the 9th house ingress. Sun is in its joy, right? Moon and Sun are still basically in a pretty tight conjunction with one another, just about 7 degrees, 42 minutes apart from each other. 7 degrees, 22 minutes apart from each other. So what we can actually say here is allow yourself to be balanced, be relaxed, all righty? Allow yourself to be fair to yourself. Do not place a burden on yourself, and allow yourself to actually learn something new. Maybe take up a class, learn a new skill. You will not be disappointed. You will be very happy and joyful, and this will be a means for you to rebel against the expectations of those preying on your downfall. And with that, I yield the floor. Our final testimony for the 15th for Holy Day, Brother Sean had ended off with a Luna trine Uranus. Now I have Sol trine Uranus. Looky, Astro Cookie, right? So Sun's there, have an accidental dignity in the 5th, right? So make your exercise playful here, guys. Make sure you're really making your exercise playful. Be not afraid to deny yourself the stinking thinking that may take place, that may have, allow you to have a defeatist mindset, so that you can be able to make the sudden changes within yourself that are necessary. You will love yourself, and that's what this is about. This is about loving yourself, making the sudden change to say yes to your health. There's nothing wrong with doing that, putting that on the forefront and having fun with it. Fall in love with you, the healthy you, and heal thyself. With that being said, make sure you make it to our self-healing and community building workshop for September. What was that again? 23rd to 30th of September, as well as the 7th and 14th October. And with that, I yield the floor to our beloved brother in whom we're well pleased, Brother Sean Ali Mel, Islam.
Islam. Let me get that. Oh,
you got it.
Make sure I don't double click it. Oh, nope, I didn't.
We're good. Yeah, we're good.
All right, so here we go. Here for Saturday, as Brother San was stating earlier about the Rosh Hashanah. If I said that right, Rosh Hashanah. All right, so he went in on that. So check out the Worry Toss playlist. You won't lose anything by watching it. Put a middle finger up to Netflix. Take a day out of that, or one of your favorite TV shows, and watch an episode or two of that. With this sunrise for this Saturday, because folks are going to see that there's no difference between no religion, and it's all the same thing. It's like that. What was that Digital Underground song? All around the world, same song. Literally, that's it. All right. I said, forget Netflix. Let me watch some Web We Ties. Right. After that, might watch Brother Taj. All right. Anyway, so 23 degrees for the sunrise. It's Aquarian degrees. So once again, just uplift one's mind with the details. Because once you get the details, the bigger picture becomes easier to grasp and it becomes more easy to explain, right? Mercury station direct. Woohoo! Because still in that retrograde arc, or some would say shadow, but it's conjunct the spirit. So once again, get into the details, the why, maybe any technology or maybe any mentorship that could occur, or really just get into the knowledge of self, as self has all the answers. But if one, doesn't know how to speak or, get aligned with self, then come get an astrology reading from Seven Hill Star. For those that will come across this, wants to continue to watch and copycat, just reach out and work with us rather than try to work against us. Because at the end of the day, you're only working against yourself. With that. So with that, I'm gonna yield the floor. So this is current, 1552, we have a lunar Martian conjunction. This is definitely occurring in the 9th house, right? So, Mars is in its fall. Mars is definitely, some would like to say, down bad, right? And Luna's in Libra.
Debilitated.
All right, debilitated. Luna's not comfortable as well. So, guys, read this day. I mean, really, like, I know I might have sound like I was joking, but honestly, like, watch some film, lecture, presentation, your favorite book, maybe even watch a foreign film or something. But Veritas will definitely be foreign, because why? Most people don't understand religion or care to even understand what it really is to, separate the dogma from the religion. So really be able to see that beauty. One's drive, one's actions, one will is, not really comfortable, but with the proper higher learning applied, it doesn't matter if Mars is in Libra, Mars is in Aries. I mean, with the proper knowledge and will, one will always be able to will and do what's right and good for themselves. So with that, I will yield the floor. All right, so next we got a lunar Venusian sextile. Very harmonic day. Seems like it's gonna be a very calm and relaxed day, right? Luna's there in the 7th. Hey, bro, you got this. I'm gonna yield from this 7. should we call Jack like we did at one time?
Yo, you're hilarious, bro.
All right, so Luna's in the 7th. Venus is in the 5th. All right, and it said, well, yeah, Luna is actually, we combust, right? From that 15-degree Libra mark until 15 degrees Scorpio. But I think that's also, I think that's the electrical degree. Suicide.
Oh, which one you talking? I thought you were talking about Libra. Suicide.
Oh, yeah, that is suicide and apoplexy. I don't know why. That's 17, 16 through 18. I thought that was the electrical. All right, so correct. Yeah, guys. With this, let's see, we got Mars ruling us all 7 and 5th. So this is just some, maybe beings are gonna, take their loved one out, or maybe take the children out, or if some have children, maybe they have them leave them with their friend, or maybe the grandparents or auntie, someone in the family, so they can go enjoy themselves, or if they go to like a local zoo or museum or something of that matter, just to connect, to really enjoy the beauty of life, and able to take one's energy or resources and go enjoy the pleasurable and beauty things of life, especially if anyone has been working super hard and hasn't had that time to actually have time to themselves. Take that opportunity. Right, Mars ruling that. Mars is definitely in that 6, right, in the 6th house. So it's a service. So go do something beautiful for yourself. Take care of yourself. Get your astrology readings, get your Reiki, go get that book that you've been putting off, or, go take that course, anything that's beautiful, or even just doing much as a simple phone call or visit or checkup to one's family and friends. With that, I yield the floor to my bro.
That transit gives me super Romeo and Juliet vibes, bro. Seriously, it's all. I wouldn't be surprised if that's like on someone's like on demand or people some way, shape, or form. People are watching some type of, oh, these people were in love and they killed themselves for it, or fatal attraction type energy or something like that. Like that's what that transit kind of feels.
I don't know why femme fatale popped up in my head.
Wow. That
I don't remember what that movie's about. So maybe something comes up about
what
that.
Femme Fatale is about either. Honestly, I really don't.
Random, but yeah,
All right, it is what it is. So we're moving on, right? We're moving on, Ski, to the 17th, right? 17th September 2023. Sunrise is taking place at 0600 hours, 53 minutes, and 39 seconds, right? And the sun is clearly at 24 degrees, 18 minutes, conjunct the ascendant. That's what a sunrise is. So 24 degrees Virgo is the degree pertaining to painting. It's actually 24, 25, and 26 degrees. Degree pertaining to painting. Very interesting too. Like I gotta, when thinking about a significator for art, like Venus there in the 11th house during the sunrise, I just think, maybe this is a day where people will come together at someone's home and they're doing like face painting or something like that, or people are doing something as a group. Maybe this is a sip and paint or a puff and paint for you people that are involved in those types of things. However, I do see something pertaining to creation and art very close to home, probably centered around women in some way, shape, or form, or mothers, or it's an opportunity for there to be a means where mothers and fathers with their children are all actively doing something. It's funny, I just got a flash of like, there was a place when I was 8 years old that you can pick out a piece of plaster and then paint it. So I got a feeling it's going to be some type of group art activity that's taking place. And for those of you that are doing music, this will probably be a means for collaboration between producers. Actually, I think there's going to be some type of production collaboration that may be the theme of this day or has previously led up to this moment. So with that being said, guys, just allow the art to flow, allow the collaboration to take place, because what you'll learn is that being an island wasn't as fun as actually collaborating with someone where you actually learned something to improve your own artistic skill. And with that, I yield the floor. So the first testimony that I have is prior to sunrise. It's funny. The benefics are square. So there's a stimulation, right? Stimulating a means to overcome the obstacles pertaining to some challenge, right? Between Venus and Jupiter, right? So Venus is there in the first house in Leo, still at 15 degrees, 19 minutes. Of course, she's direct, right? Hey, she's direct, right? Jupiter is in Taurus, of course. They're in the 10th house. First and 10th, very interesting. They're, 4 houses apart ordinarily, to be honest with you. So when it comes to one having themselves feel beautifully and financially secure based on their career, they may feel that there's some type of possible threat to that in some way, shape, or form. So I think what beings are doing is kind of taking a high road kind of energy when it comes to where it is they get, may exchange their time for compensation. Or if you're someone who has an entrepreneurial skill, maybe this is where you can actually teach on someone, because maybe it's leading up to that moment, maybe later on this day, because this is at 0200 hours, 9 minutes, 31 seconds. It's also a possibility you can have some kind of unvelation, some inspiration to that will like lead you further towards your destiny, and probably helping out other people that have dealt with some pain that they may not have any closure about yet. So this is where, probably psychologists will probably have a win, especially when it comes to, mothers that may be dealing with difficult situations with children, or families in general that are looking to find some kind of beauty to perpetuate for the children so that they don't repeat patterns from their childhood, right? Maybe mothers and fathers know how they were raised, so they don't want to repeat certain patterns. So being able to find a means and ways to raise their children, and maybe that inspiration happens. Maybe it's due to someone surfing social media at that moment. Maybe you're reading a book and you have an epiphany, so to speak. But it will definitely allow you to move forward and be driven to making sure that you can better expand yourself and how you stand amongst your peers and loved ones, so that you can bring a much better value to yourself, so that you can actually have the children value themselves. It's a very self-esteem building type of transit. I know, even though the benefics are square, I think what happens here is even in the square between Venus and Jupiter, it is going to promote character building and valuing self. So it's definitely a self-esteem stimulation and character building type of transit here. And with that, I yield the floor. Luna's squaring Pluto. I had a trine Pluto, now I have a square Pluto, and then this is the last transit that it makes on Sunday. Alrighty, until it ingresses Scorpio at just approximately 58 minutes after midnight. So it's a 3-hour and 52-minute void of course after this transit here. So this is another square. Luna's there in the 6th house. Pluto's there in the 10th. Alrighty. So again, energies pertaining to work, right? 6th house is your daily routine, your everyday work, everyday hustle. 10th house is dealing with your career and your standing amongst your peers. So just to give you brief things. So what I'm looking at here, I think it would be best for those of you that are trying to find something new and exciting when it comes to you, quote unquote, working from home. All you have to do is probably just make some type of transformation, or maybe you'll have to revamp, renovate, maybe uninstall and reinstall things for as far as electronics are concerned. That's a very strong possibility, just so you can have a sense of balance and structure, alrighty, amongst yourself. You got to be creative so that you can actually convert your space and how you've been looking at it for these past 6 months or so. And what you can do is find a new like and love for what it is that you do as far as working from home, because what you've done is actually transform how you are looking at yourself amongst your peers by making sure you are bringing about an emotional balance for you to be able to accomplish your daily goals and tasks. And you're able to do that by also making sure you're thoroughly promoting a healthy psychology, you know what I mean? That really allows you to be like down to earth when interacting with other beings. Alrighty, in your everyday work, and especially when you're amongst your peers, alrighty, or even the colleagues where you're working, or if you're at home, just having the proper communication, alrighty, where you're not really taking things so seriously. Be lighthearted so that you can actually enjoy what it is that you're doing for gaining resources. And with that, I yield the floor to our beloved brother, in whom we're well pleased, Brother Sean Lee Mel, as he goes in on that moon ingressing Scorpio after that 3-hour and 52-minute void of course. And I yield the floor. Islam.
It's fine. All right, so here we go. Sun's at 25 degrees, 17 minutes Virgo. Right, it's at a couple of different places. Interesting, as brother sign, said 24, 26 is painting, 25-degree Virgo is Cancer. And then what I'm just getting is that we know that there's already a cure for cancer. It's already out there, but we know that big pharma, doesn't want that to be known. But I think Bean's going to start inquiring more into more natural methods, to start treating themselves, to start really healing themselves, being responsible, for their health and others, right? Sun's in Virgo, it's in the sign of health and fitness. Why not, learn about things to improve one's health rather than wanting that company, that comes along with misery, with that energy. So yeah, definitely looking at health. So maybe more things about cancer are going to come up. Maybe something about pharmacy is going to come up, or maybe someone has a discovery about their own health, within their home, non-statutorily speaking. But yes. And it's also getting close to another fixed star as well. So guys, make sure that one's communicating. Maybe even ask questions for those that are, going through different treatments, or maybe those that are in the hospitals, or different institutions, and really see that what one can will with their own mind, rather than, having the opinions or suggesting to others that, really don't want that healed. With that. And 25 degrees is definitely a Aries degree. So maybe some head trauma, or maybe even an Akashic download is coming through one's self. In order to really and truly heal thyself, if they want it. And with that, I yield the floor. All right, so moving back into that lunar ingress into Scorpio. All right, and wow. Accidental dignity, just right there in the fourth house. Would you looky, Astro Cookie? Because they'd be like, oh, Luna's debilitated. It's so much better when it's in Taurus. It's in Scorpio. Ooh.
I guess that is fall in Scorpio, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Is it really? Sorry, stop.
Really? So, guys, and Luna's definitely ruling the ascendant as well. So this is a transformation coming within the home. Really just getting that someone's ancestor is going to visit them, maybe a past loved one, for those next 2.5, 3 days. So really be open to it. If you're getting visited in your dreams, or you're just randomly singing a favorite song, maybe one of your past loved ones, just know that they're with you, right? Be open to the mysteries of the home life. Once again, show up Saturday. We're speaking on the 18th, that coming up Saturday, for the self-healing and community building workshop, right? Because when it comes to self-healing, we're learning about not only our self-traumas, but learning about our family and our ancestors. So this is not only about yourself, but it's a generational healing as well. So some things need to be cleared away. With that energy, with Mars ruling over this lunar ingress, Mars is also in that fourth house as well. So yeah, be kind to your loved ones. Maybe they just didn't know, or maybe they didn't want to know, but the opportunity is up to yourself to move forward with what you know is right, and to really see the beauty in that. And Mars is definitely about to be in that via combustor as well when it's that 15 degrees Libra. So yeah, let one's action be towards be guided by beauty. And Luna and Mars are definitely being ruled over by Mercury, which is 12 houses away in that third house. So not only is it exalted, but it has some accidental dignity as well. So the communication is strong. It's funny. Well, it's not funny, but it made me think about maybe opening up some Akashic record downloads, some Akashic record sessions for the people. Now that Mercury is out of that retrograde phase. So yeah, there's gonna be a lot of communication occurring here. And for those that are in service, whether it's nurses, doctors, or surgeons, just be kind, because maybe someone's going through something and they don't know how to deal with that themselves. So maybe they want to lash out at others because they're going through something. So don't take things personal. And with that, I yield the floor. All right, so next up we have a lunar Saturnian trine. This is also occurring for sunrise, 0 hours, 500 hours, 18 minutes. Oh, Luna's in her joy, which is looky. In the third house, 2 degrees Scorpio, and Saturn's in the 6th. All right, so there's a harmony here. when it comes to, how one feels and how one can also need structure in their life. So maybe Mercury is definitely conjunct that ascendant. Wow. In the 10th. If one feels that they have been overworking, or maybe their bosses want them to work more, make sure that it's balanced. Make sure that you're good to go, that you have the proper fuel when it comes to food or the energy or the mindset. And if not, don't feel bad for saying no. Lunatron Mercury is having boundaries, knowing what boundaries are needed and making sure that those are met, placing restrictions on things for yourself, and, guarding your emotions, guarding your feelings, filling out what you need to feel, and, structuring that into a way that works best for yourself. 5 degrees, Leo degree. So, wow, yeah, find that value within yourself of your time, of your energy, of your communications, of your neighbors, 2, 3, 4, and of your home life, right? Non-statutorily speaking. And just have those boundaries and stand on those. And if you're not really sure, maybe you need to just do some, soul searching. And and just, always know that it comes to self at the end of the day, and effectively communicate what needs to be communicated. It's like that song we always say, say what you need to say. But this bro, I ain't the best singing, but can you do that one song we like, that I'm not moving?
Oh yeah, who is, I forgot what the name of that group. Yeah, you hit the note though.
Yeah. See, I figured if I just sing it in a deeper tone, because I'm more like that, so it sounds better than trying to get my high note pitch on. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna yield for that. But just know your boundaries, and if you don't have any boundaries, folks will run over you or constantly try you, and you're not really sure why, because you're not like, hey, back up, back up. So know those boundaries for this transit, and that'll improve your health, or maybe restrict things that aren't the best for you. Maybe the things that you love are things that aren't best for you. Right. So with that, I yield the floor. Final aspect for this moon day, and be sure to join us for Intuition Monday. We're going over the Aries new moon.
Oh, Aries new moon. I was about to say, is that Snoop Dogg one?
But I think that not the Monday, the next Monday, the Snoop Dogg, that Snoop Dogg.
Hold on. So we going in on the Aries full moon next, and then Snoop.
Yeah, Aries full moon. What I say, new moon? Yeah, the Aries full moon, and then the 25th will be Snoop Dogg. So
got you.
Make sure y'all join for that. Like, the Keanu Reeves is hard. But I mean, all the quote unquote celebrity charts that we go over are hard, but I think what folks can definitely relate to the SN, like the SND, SNOOP, DOGG, that folks can relate to that energy. So, right. And Snoop Dogg, if you come across this, holler at your boy, man. I like to kick it with you, man. Be a private astrologer, ain't gonna put it in no public, holler at 7 Hill Star, man. Right. Yeah. But anyways, moving on. Where we at? Luna and Mercury and sextile, right? So Mercury is definitely in that 7th. Luna's in the 8th, occurring 2 houses away. So 7 and 8. So this is just some communication. Oh my gosh. Get out of my head. Anyways, this is communicating, relating with a partner. Knowing how to really talk with them. Assisting them through some things that they might be going through, being that listening ear, having a no judgment zone, and truly, appreciating them, for their mind, for their body, for their spirit, not just sticking at the physical part or, looks and beauty. or maybe even someone's having a conversation with someone that they do business with, or they're contracting with. There's opportunity to really communicate those details that might have been overlooked, and now that can truly be appreciated. And let's see, ooh, look at that vertex and Lilith. Maybe someone's even going to come across a being that will help them really able to solidify reality and their fantasies. Like, I know you see this, but you really gotta be able to separate from what's for you and what's really not for you. Nothing's in there. But maybe some pain is gonna be communicated that one hasn't even told the partner, that might not even be aware of, and they're wondering why things like this, and they finally come in like, ugh, and it's like, I'm glad you finally got that out, but now let's talk and let's communicate about things so that we're not keeping things from each other, and that past pain or any kind of thing, even like the darkest nature part of ourselves, like we can communicate and accept each other, for all parts. And with that, I yield the floor to my bro.
Alrighty, guys. So we're at sunrise taking place at 26 degrees, 15 minutes Virgo. So this is just 15 minutes past that range pertaining to painting. Virgo, 24, 25, and 26 degrees is painting. However, I noticed that 25, we know, is dealing with carcinoma, right, called Cancer. 27 degrees, which is 45 minutes of arc away, the sun's on its way to it, is diabetes. So maybe again with this painting or something dealing with artists for a good cause. Maybe it's for a cause to to raise more awareness, I guess, for cancer and or diabetes, or maybe it's a means to some type of bake off or something where somebody is doing a baking competition, right? That's kind of like very Venusian, almost kind of have some kind of almost painting energy to it also, right? With that being said, because people will use like icing or fondant, right, for their cakes, but maybe it's some type of cake that is friendly to those that are sensitive to sweets. So maybe there's something that's taking place where it's like a vegan experience or a type of pastry experience where it's not only to raise finances for maybe a cause for cancer or diabetes, but even people that may be may have that energy that they're dealing with within their own bodies. They're able to consume the food, so to speak, because it isn't those chemicals that promotes those dis-eases that they're enduring. So I kind of see that for that energy overall, just over these last couple of days that Brian, Brother Sean have been talking about as far as the 17th, 18th, and 19th. Those are the energies that I'm really seeing coming forward with that. However, I yield the floor there. My first transit is happening about 40 minutes before sunrise. Luna's going to reflect Jupiter. So there's a lunar Jupiterian reflection that's taking place, or what they'll say moon opposition Jupiter, right? Luna's there in its joy again in the third house, 15 degrees Scorpio, just outside of where combusted there. Looky, Astro Cookie, right? So really say what's on your mind. And when you do your best to say what's on your mind, just know that you are actually allowing yourself to make some sudden changes that will really thoroughly allow you to dive in a little deeper into some foreign recesses pertaining to your own mind. This is where you can really allow yourself to start even taking on maybe reading some publication that you've always kind of been interested in, but you never really sat down and love yourself enough to really read it and look into it. Maybe this is a moment where you take some type of, means to allow your thoughts within yourself to really communicate your interest in some behind the scenes production activity with electronics that you enjoy. So maybe you'll be doing some kind of tutorial pertaining to some type of electronic, all righty, so that you can better use it to, one, express yourself, and two, possibly, bring some other finances to yourself. Maybe you enjoy photography. Maybe you're into video, right? Or theater. It's a very strong possibility. However, with that being said, I will say that what will definitely have to take place, though, is you really making sure you're rebelling against self-doubt. So rebel against that self-doubt, really communicate within your subconscious mind, right? Then here's your, right? If we want to look at what's the subconscious mind, let's go to the heart then, right? Because it's under your head. Under subconscious head, right? So under the head is the heart, or maybe you're in tune, going with your gut, right? As solar plexus, right? Mindset. And what you can do is really feel yourself out, allow yourself to teach yourself, right? Even if you're not actively taking a class, be not afraid to look at documented video tutorials that will assist you in that electronic interest. And with that, I yield the floor. About an hour and 2 minutes after that, solar Neptunian reflection, right? So sun, quote unquote, opposition Neptune. But we like to say reflection. So it's going to be a full Neptune, right? Right? Because when the moon is completely 180 degrees in aspect to the sun, and we call it a full moon. So with Neptune, due to sun, from our perspective, moving as it was really our movement, but we're judging our movement based off of the sun, being 180 degrees from Neptune. So it's going to be a full Neptune, right? However, it's going to be daytime in the northern hemisphere. As we can see, the sun's there in the 12th house, while Neptune is just below the horizon from our perspective here in the northern hemisphere. However, those in the southern hemisphere may get a bit of, maybe a little bit of a sight of that full Neptune, right? I'm not saying with the naked eye. However, I think if there's a clear sky and someone has some device to look further into it, termed a telescope, they will probably get a beautiful picture, possibly, of Neptune. With that being said, guys, whatever's hidden, whatever secrets one is holding back, allow yourself to really share. All right. If there's something that you want to get off your chest, what's going to happen is you'll probably be with a loved one, right? It's a very strong possibility you guys could be relaxing on the couch or laying in the room, right? And as you're sitting back and speaking to one another, what is actually discussed is the fact that there's some resentment possibly pertaining to helping others, some resentment sort of kind of, not just with helping others, but you love helping others, you love doing what you do, but you can't stand someone within that particular experience. When you're helping someone, they take all the fun out of it, they take all the altruism out of it, they make it not pleasing, and you're there to be pleased. I think you had this conversation with your loved one, or had this conversation with someone that you're really close to that you work with. You both are going to say something to each other and had no idea that you guys saw it the same way, which will actually allow you guys to seek equality, right? In terms of not allowing yourselves to be bothered by whatever you guys are in agreement pertaining to that, which could be annoying or bothersome. However, allowing your emotions to not really take part, alrighty, in being thrown off, because you can better institute a beauty in your everyday affairs by just making sure you're equalizing your thoughts with your heart. all right? And that should give you some spiritual, right? Breath descended, that's what spiritual denotes, to, the descended breath, right? So you will allow yourself to breathe easily, and not have to concern yourself with the torment that's called worry, with the self-torment pertaining to whomever beings are that, could ruin your day. However, this conversation that you may have with whatever that loved one and or colleague is, it was the means necessary to no longer be bothered by that. And with that, I yield the floor. Luna squared Venus, taking place at approximately, it's at 0800 hours, 28 minutes, and 56 seconds, that it says, for the 19th September 2023, right? So, of course, Luna's still considered to be in the sign that it has its fall in. However, for some of us, where the moon is on that day, it's kind of harmonious, kind of free flow there, but very free flowing, right? Look at that. Moon's trying the midheaven at the same time while being square to Venus there in the 10th house. Looky, Astro Cookie. What I think is going to happen here, guys, just to be completely honest with you, I really think this is going to be a moment collectively for beings to, hey, look, man, let the finances come. Somebody's going to, maybe has some reservations about what it is that you do to earn your finances. However, what's actually going to take place, which is very beautiful how this is going to take place. What's going to take place is a means for you to kind of show off what you're really good at, and then when you show that off, it's going to make people go, "Whoa! I had no idea that all this was included in with this, and that this could be done within this particular thing that you do." So, for example, let's say astrology, you guys come to I and Brother Sean for some particular astrology session and or reports. And what you will be able to find out is we take a thorough care to really analyze that, which we know a lot that's out there just seems like everybody and their mama, has picked up astrology or something else, and people was heavy into, making sure they had finances for the collection plate at their local church just a few years back. However, there are those of us, especially myself, that are born astrologers. Like, we're meant to do these things. And what you'll be able to see is that a bit of a, fascination and denial pertaining to the astrology will easily go away when what's actually seen is a means for people to really balance themselves with this knowledge. And with that, I yield the floor. Luna's reflecting. It's quite a few reflections on the 19th, right? Luna's reflecting Uranus here. All righty. So look at this at 22 degrees. All righty. So, guys, you want to begin something and you want to begin it in a big way, then cool. Make sure you begin these things in a big way by getting yourself a couples astrology session. Get Synastry done on this day. You will not be disappointed. What will actually take place is a means for people to really kind of dig into the psychology pertaining to their relationships, to see how secure one another is within themselves in order for them to be who they are within the relationship. And by one analyzing themselves with the structure that is astrology, right? The beauty, the art, the science, the structure that is astrology, there will be an expansion in one's values, and the communication pertaining to the essential things for oneself will thoroughly bring balance, not only for self, but for the relationship. So schedule a couples compatibility session with 7 Hill Star. You will not be disappointed. And overall, collectively here, be very secure in the sudden changes that you're going to make. Alrighty, allow yourself to be that change for some loved one in your life. And with that, I yield the floor to our beloved brother, in whom we're well pleased, who's closing us out for the 20th, brother Sean Alinel, Islam.
Islam, broski, gratitude. Let me hit that. Ooh, did I jump it? Nope. Nope. Yep. 20th. Cool. All right. So we got Sun at 27, which it's a degree of diabetes, but
is labrum there too?
Labrum. Let's see. Labrum's probably about, let's see, it was at 25, 35 in 1951.
1945.
So 1925, was it?
I mean, 25, yeah, 1925.
So about what, a degree in about 40, 50 minutes. So about, yeah, labrum is definitely close. It was probably right on your sunrise. It might have been super close because now it's nearing Zavi Java.
Okay.
All right,
okay,
Beta, Virginius. Which
got you.
It says nature of Mercury and Mars, combative, destructive, but beneficent, strength of character. Near to it was a solar eclipse of September 21st, 1922, used by physicists, and confirming the Einstein theory. So be on the lookout, guys. You see anything today about Einstein comes up, anything about his theory or any physics, anything of that matter, even diabetes. Which we know as old physicists. Yeah, even that maybe someone decides to change their eating, right? Because when it comes to the mindset and eating, that really can cure any diseases, what they would call diseases. You know, not giving medical advice here, but changing one eats, killing off those things that aren't supporting or helping the body, right? And legit looking now, the Leo cusp is on the 11th house, right? 0 degrees. So this is new beginnings here. So I'm going with maybe something is being discovered today when it comes to like astrology or something with science of that matter. Or if it's not publicized via the internet, maybe it'll be something on your local television or newspapers. Maybe like some young child maybe comes up with an idea or something, for that matter. But yes, when it comes to like health and service, it's a new beginning here. So yeah, be open to those communications. And with that, I yield the floor. Occurring before sunrise. First up, we have a lunar Neptunian trine. All right, so Luna's got some accidental dignity right there in the 4th. Neptune's in the 8th. All right, so this is 5 houses. We should look at that with the ascendant at 11 degrees, 11 minutes Leo. All right, so the 4th and the 8th. This is like a this is on the Wednesday, so maybe this is at 306. So this is this is back to that Akashic record, or the ancestral messages I was speaking on for Monday. Maybe that's something that comes up, and with the sun, ruling over the chart. Sun is definitely in the 2nd, so maybe something about some finances. So maybe something comes in for someone to alleviate themselves, from the, stress, worry, or anxieties pertaining to finances, right? Neptune's in the 8th, so this is dealing with like inheritance. So maybe there was something that one physically wasn't doing, but that it was something that was unseen that was blocking something. So maybe now they're able to now move forward with that light being shined upon that. So yeah, get your session, guys. And with that, I will yield. Let's see. Next up, we got a solar lunar sextile. All right, so sun's in the 2nd. Make sure, yep. Luna's still hanging out there in the 4th. All right, so this is Virgo and Scorpio. So this is just details of the unknown, details of self, details of the home, maybe like some detailed mysteries of the home. And I don't know why my granny loves that show, but something about Perry Mason, like came up, with that. So maybe this is like this is 4:47, still super early. Yeah, home finances. Maybe even something with the children. Maybe someone little one has a dream. And look, the ascendant's at 1 degree 11 minutes now. Can't make this up. So yeah, this is like definitely like new beginnings. This is giving me like Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups type energy. Yeah, so something's coming in to alleviate anything that's been occurring. Could be in a good way, could be in some called a quote unquote negative way, but things are being uncovered that has been hidden. So be open to those changes and don't be surprised. 7 Hill Star told you first of some things that are coming up. With that, so I'm gonna move the calendar all the way up. So yeah, be open to move along for some things I'm getting. So yeah, with that I yield the floor. So next up we have a lunar Plutonian sextile, and this is the last aspect Luna's going to make while she's in Scorpio before she moves to Sagittarius. So Luna's in the 3rd in her joy, right? Pluto is in the 5th. All right, 27. So if I remember correctly, 27 Capricorn is land and farming. Because I always got that mixed up with the exaltation of Mars. So, all right.
7 Cap. 26 land and farming. 27 is hair.
Okay, darn it. So, all right, hair. And Luna's at the literature and memory. Yeah, so maybe I know, bro, you was speaking about maybe cutting some hair, but Luna and Pluto, some deep memories are gonna be coming up for you guys, right? Luna's in the house of the mind or the thinking, right? Pluto's in the 5th. So yeah, maybe someone gets that Synastry stress and Synastry session with their partner, and something comes up in that session that they are able to remember, or something occurs after that session, they're able to recollect some memory of some things, right? So it's also literature. So maybe while reading or doing some things that matter, or maybe someone decides to change up their hairstyle, right? So Mercury's ruling the ascendant, Mercury's in the 12th. So yeah, this is all hitting things coming up. That's what I'm just really getting, that those skeletons in the closets, those things that haven't been talked about, are coming up. With Lilith conjunct the ascendant, use ye discernment, but don't let one's intuition or gut feeling guide them away or steer them away from things that are showing themselves for a reason. For that matter. So, don't reject the things that are coming up for you. All right. So with that, I yield the floor, and Luna's void of course for 3:45. Yeah, 3 hours, 45 minutes. All right. So no major purchases during that time from 6:21 Eastern to 10:06 Eastern, and Luna ingress Sagittarius. All right, so Luna's aggressive Sagittarius now in the 1st house. If you looky, Astro Cookie. All right, so yeah, this is home, higher learning, and some self-transformation occurring here. So guys, use this next 2 to 3 days. We were speaking on higher learning. We were speaking on things that were hidden. Maybe someone even starts to do some yoga now. Or maybe moving forward with whatever plans they had for themselves that they've been working on. That's so funny, yo, that I spoke about exercising and brother Corey sent to the chat, get my exercise in. We be ahead of our time. Like, we be ahead of ourselves, you know, when we speak on this weather report. Like, we be ahead of our time. Like, we know a lot of folks are trying to catch up to 7 Hill Star. We trying to catch up to ourselves. So, right, and you know, Jupiter's ruling over, you know, Luna going into Sag, and then Mars is final dispositor for Luna. So let's look at let's look at Mars and Jupiter. All right, we know Mars is debilitated. Jupiter's in Taurus retrograde. So and it's definitely, let's see, wow, Mars and Jupiter is what they would say a quincunx or an inconjunct, right? With that actually separating from that just about 27 degrees. So guys, really get into the higher learning, really value what you have, you know, with that, and you know, let one's higher self actually guide the lower, and you know, let spirit guide the animal senses rather than the opposite way around. All right, so
that is correct too, bro. About 27 minutes separated from in conjunct. You're correct.
Gratitude. So yeah, let spirit lead the way rather than the physical thing. So yeah, so some things may be challenging, right, when it comes to you know, the spirituality, the breath work, and the partnerships, but it's best to, you know, learn each other rather than be cold and distant. You know, try to teach a lesson. You know, let the challenges bring you together rather than pull you away. And with that, I yield the floor. All right, so now we're at the last aspect, and we have a lunar Saturnian square. All right, so yeah, I had that lunar Saturnian trine. So now we're at the square. All right, challenges, some would say, obstacles.
Whoops, hold on.
We skipping forward.
I hit Jupiter instead of Saturn. Forgive me.
Oh, man, you already know it's no worries, bro. So, all right, so yeah, Luna's right there, 2 degrees, Sagittarius. We know that Saturn is in Pisces, and this is 11 and 2nd, which I remember. I think like 0 to 5 Sagittarius is like the degree of dropmanship. If I remember that correctly. So let me actually
0 to 3.
0 to 3. Okay. All right. So this is just scaling the things that isn't for oneself. Getting that maybe a couple of things are going to take, or decide to take a social media break, you know, with that, or even realizing that a lot of things that folks post on the internet aren't really who they truly are. They're just posing as something, or they're trying to look a certain way to be cool or try to sell you something, but you know, they're not really like that. So yeah, this is definitely like not comparing oneself to, you know, what you see on the internet. Like, what's for you is for you, and what's for you never pass you. So there might be some delays, you know, occurring right now when it comes to the spirituality, or you know, dealing with, you know, financial matters, but just knowing that that storm will pass over, right? That it can't rain forever, you know. So you know, just take those challenges or what the delays is, and you know, see what the root of it is rather than looking at, you know, the foundation of it, right? So with that, let me go to the floor.
Islam, broski doski. Just to bring up these cycles real quick, guys, letting you know what's coming up. You want to kind of look at some retrograde energies that are taking place here. We know it's the 13th, right? So September 13th. Looky. That's the day, right? 2023, right? So we know just on the 4th or whatever, we're looking actually at a bit of a retrograde energy that's taking place. Somebody is cooking and burning it down. Let me stop.
It's too much smoke. Hit the fans. Get the fans. Hit the fans.
You can hear that.
Yep.
All right. So for the 13th, guys, right? We're just looking at, we already know that, since we're looking at what we're looking at as far as, just looking at the map right now where things are, pay not too much attention to, what Jupiter's conjunct Jupiter. Yeah, it's the same chart, however. But this is where Jupiter is for today within this retrograde, when station retrograde on the 4th, right? And so we know Jupiter will be direct on December 30th and will be out of his retrograde zone for 24. So I just wanted to bring that up to say, guys, just really think about, what it is in your chart, you know what I mean? From 5 degrees Taurus, 35 minutes, right? To about 15 degrees Taurus, 35 minutes. Where is that in your natal chart? And if you don't know, then, schedule a session with Brother Hassan Ghazi or Brother Sean know. All right. You guys know I'm really about and really huge on, we call it money magic astrology, because that's catchy, right? However, at the end of the day, it's just really looking at what's going on in your own chart and see what's going on, especially with Jupiter, who is about expansion, and it's in Taurus. Taurus, is one of the signs that deals with some type of money or finances or your possessions and things of that nature. So I just wanted to take a look at that. We know on the 15th, looky, Astro Cookie, what's happening on the 15th? Well, on the 15th, right, September 15th, 2023, when it gets to 8 degrees Virgo, 0 minutes, Mercury is stationed direct, guys. And so it will no longer appear retrograde from our perspective, which means that now Earth will be stationed retrograde from our loved ones on Mercury. I'm like, hey, look, man, Earth's going retrograde today. Anyway, so with that being said, we see also that Mercury will not leave its retrograde zone until the 30th September 2023. Just to kind of give you guys a little sneak peek at a few things. Pluto is stationed direct on the 10th October, but it will not leave its retrograde zone until the 1st of February 2024. Right, November 4th is when Saturn is stationed direct, right? 0 degrees Pisces, 31 minutes, but will not leave its retrograde zone until 6 days after Pluto leaves its retrograde zone. Looky. Look at that. That is muy interesante, right? Interesting. And then Neptune, right? It goes station direct on the 6th December 2023, right? So it does this station direct thing there, but it will not leave its retrograde zone until the 25th March, just about 4 or 5 days into the vernal equinox, right? Just wanted you guys to look at that. And then the next Mercury retrograde, right? So, Mercury isn't retrograde from about the 30th of September 2023, but on November 25th, 2023, it will enter another retrograde zone at 22 degrees. Sagittarius, 11 minutes. So the reason I'm showing you this, guys, is like, it's always good to know, because what we see our colleagues do, our Albion sons and daughters, they're looking way ahead of time and seeing what's happening where they are. You Moorish Americans out there, you should be really doing your best to get astrology completed by 7 Hill Star, so you can, better prepare for events and things happening in your life, and be prepared to compensate us, guys. I'm always looking for something free, all right? So with that, though, you can actually already gauge and look ahead, and looking ahead, then you can keep a journal or a diary, right? To really be able to know thyself, all right? in the process which mother chose to call upon all balanced law pertaining to the zodiac, right? Man, know thyself and thy father God Allah. So this is why I'm showing you these things so that you'll know what kind of energies are taking place there. Because just to be clear, when it comes to retrogrades, make sure you're seeing, right here, meet the issues, rework the issues, resolve the issues. Meet, rework, resolve. That's the main thing when it comes to planets retrograde in certain areas in your life.
Right, not meet them, not resolve them, then complain about them.
I know, right? You know what? I ain't gonna meet them. Forget reworking them, and you know.
Hear what they say about them retrogrades. They don't mean what they be saying.
Yeah.
After Mercury retrograde, man, I probably should have listened to them bros, man. Now I'm doing the same stuff I've been dealing with. Oh man.
Islam. I'm about to go get some victuals. Somebody got me smelling good. Now sit down. So I'm about to go in. See what's up with this ass. So with that being said, Brother Sean, any questions, comments, and those suggestions? Oh, you know what? I know what I can do. Because we already reminded them earlier, right?
They don't hear us though, bro. They don't be hearing us, man. They don't be hearing us.
No, I thought they'd be hearing something, right?
Maybe we should tell them we got a wet T-shirt contest going. Maybe they'll pop up then.
Yeah, shout out to everybody that showed up this past Saturday, though.
Man, that was woo.
Yeah, it was super fly, right?
We ain't talking about the movie.
Exactly. Astrology concepts correction discussion, guys. Alrighty, make sure you show on up. As we said, it's free for members. You want to become a member pertaining to TUPAC. Alrighty, TUPAC, the University Professional Astrology Community. It's 250 units. All discussions are free for you. Alrighty, not workshops, just the discussions. The workshops do come with some, incentives for members. Usually the workshops are still to be transacted for in some way, shape, or form. If you are not a member, but you have a student card, it's 15 units for you. And if you're not a member and you don't have a student card, it's 30. Be not disappointed, guys. I just will say to be an actual lifetime member, because 250 is for the lifetime right now. So that's what we're doing for right now. I'm not gonna say it's always gonna be at 250. But you're gonna regret it once it gets to like 900, 960, like a lot of other astrological societies. All right. So with that being said, make sure you join us this Saturday for this astrology discussion, right? And I'm telling you, it's always random. We never know what we're going to speak about ever. You know what I'm saying? So what we did was, for those that showed up, we had asked them, hey, what's on your mind about astrology? You know what I mean? That's kind of what we do, just to give you a little bit of a sneak peek as far as how we go about it. Make sure you join us, right? Go and check the website. I know I got quite a bit of editing to do after this live. All righty. As well as, check us out on all our social medias on TikTok, Seven Hill Star on TikTok, Leo Mercury Moor 711. That's Brother Sean on TikTok, as well as he has official 720 Astro Healing. When it comes to Instagram, well, and on TikTok, AstroLogyStreet is on TikTok. Also got to post a Virgo post for you guys, right? When it comes to Instagram, 7 Hill Star, and OurAstrologyStreet on Instagram, 720 Astro Healing on Instagram also, right? And then when it comes to Facebook, Hassan Ghazi Obey on Facebook and Sean Mel on Facebook. You guys will see. And we use our social media strictly for the purposes pertaining to uplifting fallen humanity and being industrious. I don't do too much buddying stuff like that, especially if I don't really know you. I mean, I'm open to, building, with our community. It's just don't make it uncomfortable. You know what I mean? Some beings out there kind of make it uncomfortable. It's like, just be straight up with me. Say your intentions and just be straight up with me. You know what I mean? So with that being said, guys, I'm going to yield the floor and check out all the things that we're doing on 7 Hill Hill Star. Make sure you make it your business to visit 7 Hill Star often, right? And don't be afraid. All right. We know you can do it. You can do it. You can schedule a session and get the things that you need. All right. Any questions, comments, and/or suggestions? Going once. Questions, comments, and/or suggestions? Going once. Our beloved son, in whom we're well pleased, our brother, John Alexander Dix Bay, says peace and love. The exalted Cyclops is in the chat. He says love and peace to all. That's brother Corey, 84_core, right? Brother Gary Blash Bay says the roof. That is hilarious, right? Brother Derek says, I hear you, brother Sean. I hear you. Indeed, right? So, questions, comments, and/or suggestions going Twizzeyes. This is where I and our beloved brother Sean Lee Mel says, be yourselves and
show some love.
All right, you guys know it'll be in the description, guys, how you can donate to either our cash apps. You got yourself 100 notes you like to donate. Cool. Make sure you send 50 to 7 Hill Star, right? Which is, well, how do you send it to 7 Hill Star? We have 2 cash apps that don't say 7 Hill Star at all, right? I know there's probably some imposters out there, but we already got past that. We're going there. My hair is knocking down 102s. Our Astrology Street, all right, is the official cash app. All righty. It's Our Astrology Street. Remember, everything is stemming from doing this first and foremost for the children. So where do children come from? Come from mothers. We're about promoting family, period. Family. All right. And then Brother Sean's cash app is 720 Astral Healing. All righty. Astral. ASTRAL Healing. Right. So Our Astrology Street is 7 Hill Stars cash app. All righty. And 720 Astro Healing. All right. So with that being said, guys, we appreciate you all. Get your victuals. Make sure you get your energy. And when you rest and recharge, make sure you rest and recharge well. This is where I say namaste to you all. Namaste. Islam, y'all. Peace and love.